Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and this is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole edition from my show. And I'm going to start out with my picks for the Arkansas Derby. And to me, it's an easy pick in this race. And my pick would be Cole Battle. Cole Battle has won every race. He's 5 for 5. He has done no wrong. And an amazing thing is he's 7-2 on the morning line, which is that's a gift. I guess the horse he's going to run against Cornucopia and Sandman. The only two horses that are really legit in this race. Cornucopia is at the morning line favorite at 7-5. Why I do not know. He won a maiden special weight last out with a 109 speed figure. But here we go again with speed figures coming out of maiden races, a la the Patch Adams. And on a 10 slot with only running one race at 6/8 of a mile from his maiden win to a mile and 1/8, you can have him at 7-5. Even if he does win, you can still have him. I'm taking Cole Battle at 7-2. That's a great win price. I don't like the exactas, tries, or anything. I'm just sticking with a win bet with Cole Battle. Sandman has to prove two things to me. He has to prove that he could break out of the post, number one. Second of all, he ton of toil in the Rebel Stakes, coming around a bend, making the last 2.5 furlongs left in the race, and he seems like he was just sputtering a lot. I don't like horses that sputter like that because they have to show some kind of resilience down the road to pick up some kind of ground. He looked like he was sputtering. He had no speed in that race, and that is my pick for the Arkansas Derby. Would be Cole Battle. Now on to the Florida Derby now, and it's no surprise I don't like Chop, but Sovereignty at 8-5 is my pick. I like the exact in the race, and the horse I like to exact it was his Disruptor. He's the baby out of Gunrunner that won his main special weight. Different things from Cornucopia that won a main special weight when he was going to run in the Arkansas Derby from 7-5. I'm getting 4-1 with Disruptor, trained by Top Pletcher with a Rapoli stable horse. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, that Rapoli Stables and Top Pletcher like to show up on Florida Derby days. Mike Rapoli, owner of Rapoli Stables, likes to show up on this day and win. All same days he likes to win the Belmont Stakes because he's a native from New York. So at 4-1, it's a good bet. I like the exacta. I would box that exacta. Of course, lean heavily on the exacta bet when you have Sovereignty on top. Everybody's worried about the post. I love the post. 10 slot. As you remember in my video when he won the Florida Fountain of Youth, that the outside's going to be better for Sovereignty. He doesn't like to kick back. He's not going to have kickbacks. So Manuel Franco, who personally I would have had a better jockey than Manuel Franco, not to impugn Manuel Franco. He's a decent jockey, but there's about 20, 30 other jockeys I would use on Sovereignty. He's going to be close to be one of the top three favorites in the Kentucky Derby. If he runs and wins, he might be the favorite for the Kentucky Derby. Junior Alvarado is injured. He'll have the riding assistance of Manuel Franco, which I stated. All Manuel Franco has to keep this horse in the clear, stay close enough to be off of Tabit Street and also Manicat Road. I've never been a Manicat Road fan. He's danced a lot of dances. He showed improvement in the Rebel Stakes. He ran against Citizen Bull in the Robert Lewis Stakes. And a lot of horses are going to use him in the tries, even the win bets. I think Tabit Street, and Manicat Road are going to set the pace. I still like Sovereignty and Disruptor and Exacta. Now, always the assistance with Disruptor is going to be the rider will be Irad Ortiz, and that's always a big plus. He's got a good slot in the four posts. He's going to stay away from the three top contenders, or Manicat Road, Sovereignty, and also the Tappan Street are going to be 8, 9, and 10, battling out, maybe pushing each other away or trying to struggle with the contention for the lead. That's going to be definitely Manicat Road and Tappan Street's way they're going to run and try to slow down the pace. Sovereignty's going to have to stay a little bit close, which he can. He just didn't like the kickback. He keeps on the clear. He should win the race. So that is my exact pick in the Florida Derby, would be the box with Sovereignty and Disruptor. Now, notes for the past previous races, my notes on the Louisiana Derby and also the Jeff Roby. I didn't like either one of the races for press release. I didn't like any of how the race finished up, or how it started, especially the way both races, the speed collapsed. Down in the Jeff Ruby, California Burrito had the lead. It was a Prudent Factory. He's a decent horse, but he just totally collapsed. The speed collapsed. Final Gambit, Brian Cox's horse, came way in the outside and made a resolute run 5 wide. Now, I said I did not like the race, but the two horses, one in each race that you have to watch for, of course, Final Gambit. Why? He came outside 6 wide, and that's how you like to have horses finish up the Kentucky Derby, not trying to dart the inside or trying to find cover. But the outside move going out 5 to 6 wide is really going to help this horse moving forward to the Kentucky Derby. Would I use him? Yes, only fourth in the superfecta. I'm being honest. I don't like this race that much. I'm just saying that he looks like a horse that could be big odds, around 20 to 30 to 1 to be in the superfecta, that you can maybe key in that race. Now, on to the next race would be the Louisiana Derby, and John Hancock just folded under the fractions at 22 and 47 and 4. He was getting heat all the way around at a mile 3/16, and he was on the inside, and he got buried on the rail. He didn't like the rail getting all that pace pressure. It's easy when you're on a rail and you dictate your own pace, but he showed that he didn't want to stick around for that last furlong. And unfortunately, the Kentucky Derby just gets longer. It doesn't get shorter from here. So John Hancock may just say, well, this is it. This is as far as I want to go. He might run in the Preakness, which is very kind of pace and a shorter race. And again, a mile and 3/16. He's got to get off the inside, which Harley horses really do well. You have to go way back to Ferdinand when the horse came off on the inside to win the Kentucky Derby, and that was way back in 1986. So if I'm looking at that race, Tistastic that won the race had the easy trip. Coming around the turn, he was 5 less off. He basically eyeballed dead speed coming around a turn, and he picked up everything at the end. The horse that shows a ton of heart that I've been hearing a lot about it is Chunk of Gold. The horse was purchased for $2,500. Got to admit, this horse is not visually impressive, or has a great breeding, but just for $2,500, and the horse just runs his little heart out. If he runs a Kentucky Derby, he's going to run as best as that horse ran, and that's all you can ask for a horse to do. Use them maybe, like I said, trifecta third, superfecta fourth, double key maybe with Final Gambit. But to be with the big boys in top 3 spots, I can't. Not that they have to get anything negative from the horse. Chunk of Coal is a good story, good story for the horse and trainer. They've done a really good job with this horse. I mean, that's an understatement. A fantastic job with the horse that's worth $2,500. But against the big boys, he's going to be a little bit up against it. But that little horse, that Chunk of Gold, got a chunk of heart there. Heart maybe is big, more than gold. And any other reflections on the races? The New Orleans Classic, Sierra Leone's first race back. He was all geared up in the post parade. I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from Sierra Leone. I mean, he's been on the shelf for 5 months, and if I wasn't at home for 3 days, I'd be having cabin fever, and I'd be geared up myself. He looked at the fractions, and I stated before in many videos that 24, 47 and 4, the winner just walked around the track. And Sierra Leone is a good horse. He's bred impeccably, and I'm not taking anything away from Sierra Leone. I'm just stating that fractional time under 47, if he doesn't get 47 under, he's not winning that race. Coming down 1/8, I know everybody said, well, it's his first race back. Grant you, yes. But in a five horse field, he was 7 lengths off the leader, on the clubhouse turn, and he's class of the field. He just won the G1. He was nominated to the Saudi Cup, and you see coming down with the furlong left, and he looks got that egg beater motion with his feet coming down, and he looked like he was just a little bit tired. And grant you, first race back, but this horse needs a ton of speed to set up his close, and that's how the horse runs. I mean, there's other closers that were close. I know a deep closer and slow fractions will be up close to it by 3 or 4 lengths. And then again, that's a horse I favored a lot, and a horse I grew up as a child was Alashiba. You look at fractional times with he won the San Anita Handicap, beating Ferdinand the year before Kentucky Derby winner. He was right up close to the pace, and Sierra Leone doesn't do that. He comes from way out of it, and again, playing him as a 1 to 2 or 2 to 5 favorite in any kind of field where he's pace compromise is just you're burning up your money. I had the winner, I had the exact. I did not know Sierra Leone. I knew better. I already, I know how to handicap. That's why I'm doing these videos, trying to help the other handicappers that don't know too much about horse racing. But he's pace compromise. Very great, very good horse, but he needs pace out there. If he gets under 46 and flat, 46 and 4, 47, he's got a shot. But anything sort of that, especially against top quality, when he runs against top quality, he'll fire. But under If he gets slow fractions, he's not going to fire. He's not going to win. That's the bottom line. I was looking at the results of who's the top flight horse right now, and Torpedo Anna gets number one. I guess in the United States, I would rank him number one, but I totally disagree. The number one horse, in my opinion, and the horse, of course, I'm biased, I'm my favorite, but it's the truth, is going to be Forever Young. Should be ranked number one in the world as the best horses in the world. Right second would be Romantic Warrior. That race in Saudi Cup was incredible. Horse came off, never ran on the dirt. As I'm speaking of Romantic Warrior, ran that kind of race. He had first jump on Forever Young, and I honestly thought Forever Young was in trouble. And when I saw that race, I said, he's in trouble. He's going to get beat. And then Forever Young just opened up and came out with all that courage. So I'm totally disagreeing with how we rate here in the United States. They have, of course, Forever Young and Romantic Warrior out of country, but still my number one horse in the world right now would be, of course, Forever Young, followed by Romantic Warrior. Torpedo Anna, who won the Azeri Stakes, should be number 3. Didn't run against anybody. Did win, though. And I'm looking at Torpedo Anna to start running against the boys, a la Lady Secret or some of the Great Zenyatta now. I just think that she's way better than the girls now that she goes off form mysteriously, but she's been off form for over a year now, close to a year since she won the Kentucky Oaks. And she needs to find better fields against the boys. Is that for the money, maybe for the breeding? I know the mares, when they be getting a breeding shed, they're not favored as much as the studs when they go into their breeding career. But I would like to see Torpedo Anna run against the boys in the Breeders' Cup Classic. If that's possible, that'd be a great race to watch. Maybe with Sierra Leone peaking into form, maybe Forever Young will make another shot running in the United States. He doesn't have to prove anybody anything right now for Forever Young. He just won $20 million in the Saudi Cup. And speaking of the Saudi Cup, remember the Dubai Cup is around the corner, April 5th. My pick was Walk the Stars and Imperial Emperor. My 2 picks. Laurel River is a scratch now. And I said it before, after seeing Laurel River win a dominating race at Dubai 2024 last year, it took a lot out of that horse. It was an incredible race, but when a horse runs that good, it takes a lot out of a horse. So for the Dubai Cup, I definitely like Walk the Stars. He won't be. He's going. The way I ride Walk the Stars is racing that horse United States way. Take him out, set him fast for 2/5 of a mile. 2 furlongs, and then give him a breather down the backstretch at 4/8 and try to slow him down. Because Forever Young is going to be breathing down his neck coming from the turn. And Pearl Emperor should be in a stocking position, maybe on the flank with Forever Young. To me, now on upset alert is definitely Forever Young after running that race in Saudi. That had to take a lot out of that horse. Not only the Saudi race, but also the Breeders' Cup Classic, where he didn't want to give an edge. He lost the fierceness and Sierra Leone in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But if you look at that replay, that he just kept on grinding and grinding. And I think those 2 races should take somewhat out of Forever Young. So definitely Forever Young is definitely on the upset alert. Gupta Seamar's horses with Walk the Stars and Imperial Emperor are my picks to win. They should get a real good price. With the defection of Laurel River being out, I see Walk the Stars going between 6 and 8 to 1. Imperial Emperor might be the second choice, around 7 to 4 to 1. Still impeccable win bets. Maybe even in Exacta, but I would have to play 3 horse in Exacta or to get more value. The top 2 pick key wheel would be Imperial Emperor and Walk the Stars over Forever Young. I don't want it the other way around. If it beats me, it beats me. I play what I give you. I normally play. I go to the OTB or do the FanDuel thing and then make my bets through them. So that's what I would be playing right now, ladies and gents, for the Dubai Cup. And that is my whole spiel for Wednesday, early Wednesday morning here. And I wish everybody good luck. And this is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole, where winning and history run neck and neck. Have a good morning, ladies and gentlemen.